Welcome back, everybody. A few days ago, Deseret Stacker did a video asking you if you keep your bars and your silver bars and your silver coins in capsules, and figured I'd share how I do things. It's kind of how you store them, and I'm not talking about you keep them in a cash box, you keep them in a safe. I'm not talking about that. Just how you have your silver, how you store it, but not how you store it. I know a lot of people, every time they get a silver bar, it goes in a capsule. Get a silver round or a silver coin, they like to put them in capsules. In my case, certain reasons, certain ones, yes. Most of the time when you see me put a coin or a round in a capsule, it's because literally I'm gonna have one. I'm not gonna be filling up tubes. I'm not gonna be, getting an outlandish amount. Like here I've only got one of these. Okay, I'm only gonna get one. Okay, I want to keep it protected. I want to keep it looking nice. So yeah, it's in a capsule. Again, here's one, another one. This is a silver casino token from Hard Rock Hotel in Vegas. Yeah, I'm only gonna get one. Yeah, it's in a capsule. Then I also, my vintage stuff, just because, it's toned. It's got gunky looking toning on it and all that. But I'd like to keep it, somewhat presentable. And it's vintage. So yeah, I'll put my vintage stuff in capsules. And like this one I showed, another one I showed off the other day, the holiday one. Oh, see, it's trying to run away from me. At this, it's a Christmas '88 round. It's toned up, and I just, again, it's one. It's not going to be a whole. I think you can fit 20 rounds in a tube, or they make 10 round tubes. But I'm not gonna. Maybe eventually I'll end up adding some more of the vintage stuff. So but for now, it's the only one. Here's another one. It's a dated piece. It's it's not a common round. That I'll put in capsules. But on the other side of it, and well, here I've got some other stuff here. My one ASE that I have. The hockey, the Paul Coffey one that I've talked about before. I'd probably never find another one of this particular one, so it's one and done. The silver round here, the World Trade Silver. It's vintage again. I could leave it out and put my hands all over it and all that, but I want to preserve what I can. It's got its own personality there with with the toning and that. So, but still, I want to protect my investment a little bit. But as far as a lot of the rest of it goes, okay, there's my silver quarters. I have them in a tube. And I use the tubes more just because it's easier to the war nickels here to keep track of how much I've got. Instead of having to sit there and go through. And I know some people put their constitutional silver in, little boxes or containers or whatever. And, it just saves me from having to, sit there and count them every time. All I got to do is pick this up and, go down the side and count how many I've got. And then, or keeping a group of coins together. I mean, these are all $1 pieces except for these top four. Those are the $2 Canadian silver half ouncers that I've talked about in other videos. And well, here's another one in a capsule. And and you guys are probably sick of seeing this one. This is legit one of my favorite ones, just because it's different. I don't have a bunch of 2-ounce coins in my collection or in my stack, and these are getting a little bit harder to find because everybody's noticed them and they're grabbing them up. So I may not get another one. I may eventually find another one, but just keeping it in a capsule simply, to protect, keep it looking good. But then on the flip side of it, I've got, these Mexican pesos, various silver contents. Oh, that's not one of those. But let's see. I got another one here. They're well circulated. They've seen their better days. I really don't see a reason to put those in capsules. And as far as the silver bars go, I've got my Germanias that come shrink wrapped in plastic. Not really a reason to put those in. This one, they don't make a capsule for this. So, and it's, if it tones, it tones. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But I try to take care of my stuff. And then I've mentioned this one before too. This is my, actually a bunch of these, my silver foreign that, they're older coins, and they've been circulated and that, but I want to preserve what I can. So they're in capsules. I got is this the one I was gonna say? Special date, Canadian silver quarter, keeping that, and that one's definitely seen its better days. But there's certain things I will put in capsules just to, preserve what's left or to protect them. But it's not a necessity. If you're stacking, it's not a necessity to put every single individual coin in a tube, or I'm sorry, in a capsule. Might be easy for you to, put them in tubes so that you can see what you got. But I also these the 90%, modern silver quarters. I put those in capsules just because I want to keep them looking good. I don't want to scratch them up, and get them all ugly looking. So again, capsules, they're not necessary, but unless you have like a special item that you want to you want to protect. And again, here's another one that it's a 2-ounce, or I might be able to fit it into one of these capsules like the 2-ounce Canadian one is. It might fit, but I don't know. This the way it's shaped, it's a poured round, so it's a little bit taller than the average. But I may eventually, and even then, again, this is one that I like to be able to put my hands on. So there's something about the feel of silver. It just feels really good. And then of course I've got all my silver halves. You can see this. I'm cramming this into the back of the screen here. I've got my different halves all in tubes. Just, again, it's just to keep them organized. It's not a necessity. So the whole putting your coins in capsules, if you want to, I don't see any shame in it. It's not a bad thing. It's just, it costs you. It's, the capsules aren't exactly the cheapest thing in the world. And then even, my fractional silver, here you go. I've got it all tucked in a little treasure chest that came with some coins off of Etsy. I repurposed it for that. So my little gram bars and little 1/10 ounce rounds and gram rounds, all that, those go in there. But just do what works for you. But again, it's a lot of people get into this and they think that every single round, every single coin, every single bar's got to go in a capsule, and it doesn't. If you happen to be doing the guardhouse box challenge like World Money Wins is doing, it makes it a lot easier for you to put your bars in the boxes And I know Tuli's got one of the boxes. Actually, I'm trying to find one because this is where my regular what you all know is 1 ounce bars. This is where those guys are at. And, it'd be nice to be able to just go through and sort through and see what you got. But yeah, it's just do what you can afford. I mean, don't think because this person does something that you have to do it. That person does something that you have to do that. Just go with what works for you, what you can afford. But like your constitutional silver really doesn't need to go in capsules. And that. And I'm a big fan of the tubes versus the capsules. But again, that's me. The way they talk about you do you. And just have fun with what you're doing. Enjoy what you're doing, because if you start stressing out about it, it's not fun anymore. And you should have fun doing this. So, all right, everybody. With that, I'm gonna get out of here. I've talked way longer than I wanted to. Everybody have a great day. Happy stacking, happy hunting. Miss you stackers out of here.